I'd like to invite you to visualize yourself living inside a modern room with no windows and no access to your weather reports. If you were to leave the room and go outside the building for a walk, would you carry an umbrella or raincoat with you? Because there's that possibility it could rain any time. Now compare that to a situation where you can see it raining outside the window. And now if you had to go outside the room for a walk, would you carry an umbrella or raincoat with you? Most of us would, isn't it? I can see you nodding. Most of us are likely to show an improved response or the most appropriate behavior if we can see what's happening in real time. And that is exactly the concept I shall explore in my diabetic research. And for this, I'll be using continuous glucose monitors or CGM devices. Now these CGM devices are very cool devices. They're normally worn at the back of your arm, and they provide me with my blood glucose information in real time directly to my phone app. So effectively, CGM devices are giving me a window into my own body. And so my primary question is to see how effective CGM devices are at eliciting the all-important behavioral responses, changes to dietary patterns and/or physical activity levels in diabetic patients. My research is spread across 3 different studies, with the first one being a scoping review. The scoping review is like a reconnaissance mission where I identify what the gaps are, what methodologies have been deployed already in CGM studies done around the world, and what CGM related goals are worth pursuing. My second study is where I qualitatively and quantitatively analyze an existing data set of blood glucose and behavioral information obtained from a small sample of diabetic patients. Now these 2 studies will inform the design and execution of my third and largest study, which is a clinical trial. It is also a randomized controlled trial. In this trial, I shall qualitatively and quantitatively assess the behavioral, clinical, and psychosocial changes you would see in pre-diabetic and diabetic patients who have access to their own CGM data, as opposed to pre-diabetic and diabetic patients who only rely on diabetic education as guidance without any of their own CGM data. For this trial, the primary group of patients I shall recruit as subjects are Mare Pacifica patients, because we know our Mare Pacifica communities are predisposed to type 2 diabetes, and we want to see if we can make an impact there. Type 2 diabetes is a killer disease. It kills 1 every 5 seconds somewhere on Earth. So it is our hope that CGM devices would act as an intervention tool and would be the fence at the top of the diabetic mountain, arresting progression of this condition at the pre-diabetic and diabetic stages, so that we don't have to put up with so many diabetic ambulances at the bottom of this mountain. Thank you for your attention.